Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tesy Ayu Wangi. I'm from 4E class. Okay. In this occasion, I would like to explain about my understanding from the second group explanation about the guidelines for language classroom instruction. In the guideline for language classroom instruction, I got some points. The first one is language presentation, the second is tasks, the third is facilitation, and the last one is correction and feedback. Okay, now we enter to the first one. The first one is language presentation. In language presentation, there are three kinds. The first is meta planning for lesson objective. In this part, depends on the objective a teacher has in mind or lesson. And the second part is modalities or material. In this part, the use of textbooks. Here, talking about how it's structured, how the teacher uses it, and the role of attention, and noticing. And the third is role presentation and explanation. In this part, talking about a framing stage, a focusing stage, and the explanation itself and restatement. Clearly, for language presentation, the teacher should pay attention to the clarity and sufficiency of their explanation, especially the extent of students' comprehension. Okay, now we enter to the second point is tasks. Tasks to aid the discussion and communication among teachers, or as well as to the sake of comparative research. It's useful to have a set of terms to describe a similar teaching procedure. In tasks, there are two kinds. The first is subsection of lesson the activity, and the second is task types and parameters. In subsection of lesson the activity, there are 5 parts. The first is information and motivation phase. There are warm up to get student motivation and ready to the classroom. There are setting, focus on lesson topic, brainstorming, a special preparation for the lesson, storytelling, especially when student generated, and propose conversation or other socially oriented interaction. And the second is input or control phase. In input and control phase, there are organization, content explanation, role play demonstration, recognition, language modelings, dialogue or narration presentation, question answer display and review. And the third is focus or working phase. Here, the students must learn and follow the teacher instruction like translation, dictation, copying, reading aloud, drill, dialogue, preparation, identification, games, referential, checking, and the last is wrap up. The fourth is transfer or application phase. Here there are information transfer, information exchange, role play, report, narration, discussion, composition, problem solving, drama, and simulation. And for the last is borderline activity. In borderline activity, there is testing. Testing means to evaluate the student develop. In task type and parameters, there is one and only is relevant characteristic. Relevant characteristic. It has been argued that language which is comprehensible to the second language learners. Okay, now we enter to the third point is facilitation. In facilitation, there is two kinds. The first is class organization, and the second is aspect of the teacher-fronted class. Class organization means the way which a classroom is organized can have a significant influence on language learning process. And the second aspect of the teacher-fronted class means the teacher sometimes need to operate in a lockstep mode. One is question type and another is wait time. Okay, now enter to the last point is correction and feedback. Here, the learners need feedback in order to differentiate between acceptable and unacceptable target language use. Okay, maybe that's all. Maybe that's all I got from the second group presentation. If you found many mistakes, please forgive me. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.